Peace, y'all. Rob Blackstorm, what's going on? What I wanted to talk about today is I want to talk about triggers and nakers. Triggers and nakers. Let's go. Now, when we're talking about triggers, I'm specifically talking about social media and the influence that social media has on all of us that are on these platforms that are provided for us. Now, we have to understand the marketing scheme of social media. Because social media is not really just a place for friends. It's not a place where you just talk to your friends or talk to your homeboys. There's advertisements, or homegirls. There's advertisements on social media. Every time you log on, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, there's an advertisement that will be fed to you on your news feed. That's a fact. And the way they keep us locked in to these social media platforms is what? They trigger you. They have trigger articles, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're Spanish, no matter what your race, whether you're Asian, right, whether you're Indian, no matter what your race, creed, nationality, or family crest is, they have some sort of item there to trigger you. And what I mean by trigger is, we see the big thing with Gail, or should I say Kale and Okra, right? And we see what's going on with Kale and Okra with the Kobe Bryant situation. We have men attacking women because of it, and women attacking men, and people are taking sides, right? Some women are taking the women's side, some men are taking the men's side, and now it is a civil war on social media. And what happens is, the more you feed into it, and what I notice is they keep dropping articles. So you get a new article about what Gail is saying. You get a new article about what Kobe is saying on your news feed. You get a new article about, what Snoop Dogg said and what 50 said. And I realized I got swept up in it myself, due to my love for the great Kobe Bean Bryant, the ancestor, right? And I got swept up in it myself. But then I realized, shit, I was on these platforms, most of my morning this morning. I was on these platforms, and I realized that these platforms, the longer you're on these platforms, the more advertisements you're going to see for different products, for different events, for different things that make Facebook and make Instagram money. So the more we trigger, so that's the game. And it's not even personal, right? It's just business. If you're a Trump supporter, they got articles, anti-Trump articles to trigger you. If you support Black Lives Matter, they got anti-black people advertisements and news stories to trigger you. If you're a revolutionary, they have anti-revolutionary stories to trigger you. If you don't like black men, they have anti-black men stories that'll be in your newsfeed to trigger you. If you don't like black women, they'll have anti-black women newsfeed stories to trigger you. And, no matter what you like, if you don't like dogs, they'll have anti-dog stories online to trigger you. And again, it's not personal. It's not an emotional game. It's business. Because the longer you're triggered, and the more you click on the articles, and the more you hop on the comment section of the article, right? And the more you hop in the comment section of the person or the personality that you're triggered by. And we also have to realize something. The federal government is on all these social media platforms, like the FBI, CIA. Some of these people that y'all follow are clear agents. And I'm not talking about agent in the sense of y'all disagree with them and you disagree with what they're saying, and they're an agent because of that. I'm saying that they're placed there by the government. If you watch the movie Iron Man 3, you'll know what I'm talking about, where they placed the terrorist there, and he was really just an agent for the government. If you think that doesn't happen in real life on your social media platforms with some of these people, these very articulate smart speakers that you follow, and you think they don't work for the government, I'm here to tell you you're sadly mistaken. And you could Google this yourself. Don't believe me. Some of these people work for the government. So, again, it's business, though. It's not personal. Again, the longer you're on the platform, the more money the platforms makes. Because 9 times out of 10, what happens is this. You get triggered by something on the internet, right? Like, let's use me, for example, right? You see something that Gail said, right? You get upset. You are on the platform seeing who likes it or who doesn't like it. Then there's ads that are coming, up and down your news feed as you're scrolling, right? And the whole scroll function is meant to be like a stream of water so that your stream of consciousness is engaged. So it's meant to be like a waterfall. So your stream of consciousness is engaged all the time. That's why Facebook and Instagram are blue, because they're meant to look like a waterfall. But your stream of consciousness is engaged. So now you're going back and forth. You're in the comment sections of different people's comments who disagree with you, or that support you. And then there's another ad. Then there's another ad. There's another ad. And it might be shit that corresponds with your frame of thought or something that you like, or, Valentine's Day or whatever. Not saying it necessarily has to do with the subject at hand, but the whole design is to trigger you. And the longer you're triggered, the longer you will stay on the platform. And this happens to everybody in every racial class and division. Doesn't matter. Money is green. It doesn't have any race. Race is a made-up concept. It's conceptualized in Virginia in 1619. So race is a made-up concept. It's something that was created to divide and conquer the people. And so the ruling power would stay in mass. And this is not to say there's no differences in genetic phenotype between black, brown, white, yellow, and people, right? We're all different. Just like there's different tigers and there's different cats in the jungle. There's lions, there's tigers, there's cheetahs, there's pumas, there are panthers. They're all cats, but they're different. They're all cats, but they're different, and they still exist in the jungle. And they will still eat each other, too. And this is something that, especially the black mass in America, needs to realize, that everybody's linking up with themselves and doing what they need to do for themselves, but black people, the black American is particular. But everybody's linking up with their own to do what they need to do and protect their own, except the black American. They teach us to be diverse and to be inclusive while they construct, ambulance centers and hospitals and things that are exclusively for their ethnic group. It's a fact. And they just label it something so that you don't think that it's for their ethnic group. And sometimes it's blatant. Like the Jewish bank is the Jewish bank, shit. But I say all this to say, it's crazy out here. I was on 125th earlier here in New York City, and all I heard was arguments. People going crazy, arguing. Full moon shit. But I say all this to say that we have to be careful with social media. We have to be real careful with how we indulge in it. Try not to take a lot of this stuff that we see seriously. We are going to form an opinion. We are going to get emotional, but we also have to remember to recharge ourselves, because the whole design is so you could be so stressed out about these things and stay on this platform so long so that eventually you buy something, so that you hurry up and buy, because now you're stressed, you're frustrated, you might be depressed, you might be angry, you might be sad over this news story or what someone posted or someone else's opinion someone else's opinion really doesn't have anything to do with you unless you're learning from it, right? And it's something also, lesson that I've been getting lately. Like, let people live the life that they want to live. Stop thinking you're so right all the time. Because everybody didn't go through what I went through. And the same thing with you. Everybody didn't go through what you went through. And everybody's on different stages of evolving consciousness. So I just want to say, beware of these social media triggers. It's by design, and there's people and personalities also that are by design. There's personalities that are popular on Facebook and Instagram, but they are designed to trigger you, and they are designed to mislead you, and they are designed to keep the pot stirred so that you stay on the platform, and also so that the powers that be could delve deeper into your history and see what you like, what you dislike, and figure out ways to neutralize you as a group. If you notice, Facebook on TV and even on YouTube, they've been pushing groups lately. Why have they been pushing groups? Because if you're in a group, they can identify who you are, and they can identify how you think, and then they can figure out how to send trigger articles to you on your individual page so that you are constantly on the network. It's called a network. Your brain has a network. Your brain has a neural network. Remember that. It's a network. It's called a network for a reason. So if you're going to go on social media, and another thing, if you're on social media, make sure you're getting some bread out of it. Like, don't just be on social media a fan and a commenter and a liker and a picture taker. Like, if you're not going to get any bread out of it, if you've been on social media, so make sure I'm clear when I say this. If you've been on social media for more than a year and you have not made more than $20, and I'm using a low number, if you have not actually, let me up that because I'm giving you low expectations. If you have not made over $100 on social media and you've been on social media more than a year, you need to rethink you being on social media. In fact, you need to get the fuck off and figure out how you can make at least $100 on social media within a month. And that's a tiny goal. People are eclipsing that number by being on social media. If you're gonna waste your time on there, make sure you get something out of it. You know what I'm saying? This channel isn't monetized yet, but I'm putting in the work because it will eventually be monetized. And once it gets monetized, I'm even going to be dropping new content, different type of content. But I'm not going to do that until it's monetized because the game is sold, not told. The game is sold, not told. So if you're on social media, you commenting, you liking, that might be for you to develop a blog, right? If you spilling tea and you like gossip, it might be time for you to develop a blog, or for you to start a YouTube channel, or for you to start your own, going live where you're discussing current events. That might be the thing for you. You like tea, you like gossip, you like sports. It might be time for you to start talking about sports. It might be time for you to start a live show on Facebook or Instagram where you talk about football or basketball or baseball or whatever your passion is, right? You like cooking. It might be time for you to start cooking on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, right? These things matter. You into spirituality. You into spiritual culture. Well, it's time to start teaching, right? It's time to start writing books. You into health. It's time to start teaching. It's time to start writing books. But again, if you're on social media, and if you're on social media more than an hour a day, and if you can't make at least $100 in a month off social media, get the fuck off it. Please, for your sake, I beg you. Because really all you're doing is being puppeted and triggered, and you're not even getting anything out of the experience. Peace, power, and prosperity. Rob Blackstorm. Like, share, subscribe. Monday, I'm going to do a reading for y'all. I'll do my first reading, so my first weekly reading, and every Monday I'm going to crank out a weekly reading. So thank you for rocking with me. See a lot of new subscribers. Thank y'all for coming. Again, like, share, subscribe. Also, subscribe to my Instagram. I do a video every morning, quick video every morning, just to uplift, inspire, and motivate the populace. Peace, power, and prosperity. Again, Rob Blackstorm. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm out.